Hello, sir. How are you today?
I'm wonderful.
Great, great. Could you please state your name and where you're from?
My name is Howard Defibaugh, and I live here in Granbury, Texas. I'm originally from Oklahoma, and but now I'm a Texan.
So, Howard, having a laryngectomy, that's not your first time in your experience with cancer, is that correct?
That's correct. My first surgery was in October of 2002. Upper right lobe was removed.
Of your lung, is
Of
that
my
correct?
lung.
Wow.
And they sewed me up, retired me, and, I was mad at the world, though.
Okay.
I resented everything because I had to retire. They retired me from my work, my trucking, which I love, and I couldn't do that anymore.
And what was it that you were doing,
I
Howard?
was an over-the-road trucker.
Over-the-road trucker, okay.
I owned my own truck and trailer, and Diane and I had just been married a short time,
Oh, wow.
and we were high school sweethearts. And we had laid our plans for the future. This stage is long. And then one day it ended. And I was very bitter.
What were your plans what were some of the plans you talked about there?
Well, we was going to become debt-free, buy the motorhome, go traveling, show her some of the country that I've seen all my life.
And then you had the lung cancer that came.
Yeah, and that stopped everything.
Wow. So you had to deal with the circumstances with the lung cancer. You overcame that, it seems.
I did.
And
When then I went on, I had another battle of setback with a deal called Steven Johnson's syndrome.
oh,
I had a toenail fungus,
okay.
and the doctor gave me some medicine, and I was allergic to it.
Oh, geez.
It caused a reaction.
Wow.
So we've had several setbacks.
Wow.
So then in 2009, I tried to go back to work a time or two, and we decided, well, we're going to sell our home, buy the motorhome, and go to it.
And you did that.
We did that for
You
a
did
short
that. So
period.
you're ready to resume your plan.
Yeah, we got to travel from September of 2009 until June of 2010,
Okay.
when we got to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I got where I couldn't breathe. We went to see an ENT there, and he said, you need to go to the cancer center now, not tomorrow.
Wow.
Not tomorrow, but now. So we called our doctor here. He talked to the doctor. Then we went back to Granbury, and then we saw Dr. Duchik and all the doctors, and we began the process in July.
Wow. Wow. So you got a little bit of taste of your dream, and then had this setback here with the laryngectomy.
We had to take a detour.
Yep. Just a bit of a detour. So you had the laryngectomy done. That was a long process. And what were some of the plans, obviously, that were held back?
Well, the travel, not knowing the severity of the cancer up in my throat and my neck, but we did what we had to do, followed the doctor's advice, came home and tried to learn how to exist.
Sure.
You know, it's altogether different. When you can't eat, you can't swallow, you can't chew, can't talk, but so you learn to write.
Sure. So Howard, you had a lot of obstacles to overcome. What helped you overcome that?
Faith in God, number one. We had a very good friend that is an evangelistic pastor, and she come over voice surgeries and prayed with me every day with a phone over the internet. She came up to the hospital and baptized me in a chair between the surgeries.
Wow.
And she gave me the faith that I hadn't had when I had my lung cancer. I didn't have the fear this time because I knew everything was going to be all right. In the hospital, we had a good team there to get me on the road to talking with the artificial device and how to use that and how to swallow and things of that nature when we came home. But when we come home, we're on our own.
Sure.
Diane had to do everything. I had to sleep on an incline because of the other surgery, and I couldn't get up, and I think the hardest thing was all the congestion
Sure.
that I had trying to keep that cleared out.
Sure.
But eventually began to mend up daily, a little better every day, walking around the patio. And like I said, we had good friends that helped us, brought food over, and things of that nature. And did laundry and did all the things that Diana would normally have done had she been able to do so, but she was tied up 100% of the time taking care of me.
Sounds like you have a special lady by your side.
I do. She's a wonderful lady, beautiful. And
So,
but
go ahead, Howard. Sorry.
as we progressed, I got better. Then they put in the speech mechanism, and I learned how to use that. And that was wonderful
Great.
because I could tell all my family and my wife, I could say I love you instead of writing it down in a book.
Excellent. Excellent. So, you've got some. Do you have some hobbies now that you're doing?
Well, I've been pretty limited due to the recovery. Radiation and the chemotherapy really took a hold on me. It took me way down, and I didn't have much energy left. I like to fish a little bit, or I like to go out to gun range and shoot, go hunting, but I can't go hunting anymore because, I can't be out in the woods too much.
Sure.
And I can't go out in the boat anymore because they was explained to us, well, you fall over, even though you got a life jacket, you're going to go under first.
Could be a problem.
And it could be a major issue when you try to come up and get rid of that water.
Sure. Sure.
So that's about, we play dominoes and cards and marbles with our friends, and that's about all we do, really. Is enjoy one another, work on the internet some.
Great. So Howard, you've got this great, beautiful motorhome, this coach. Your dream has always been to travel the country, you and Diana both. Where are you going to go first?
I would like to take her to Pennsylvania. Bedford is where my ancestors landed there in 1750s. And I want to take her to up north, South Dakota, to see Mount Rushmore. I've never seen that myself, but
Right.
we want to go over and go down the East Coast, take her up to Cape Cod, and the place over there in the Virginias,
Excellent.
And of course, I've been everywhere and seen about everything, but there's a lot of things to see in the United States that we don't get to see
Sure.
that we should.
Sure.
And so I'm proud to be an American first, and Texan, and thirdly it's Okie second. But anyway, just to show down at the country and be able to go into some of these hospitals somewhere to where there's someone that needs to hear me and see me talk, tell them my story and what happened to me.
So Howard, that's wonderful. It sounds like a terrific adventure. But leading up to speaking to other laryngectomies or people that will be undergoing a laryngectomy procedure, what would you say to them? What advice would you give to them?
Renew your faith to God and Jesus, first of all, because that's what you need to regenerate your faith. Know that God's there for you. And to depend on your family. And don't hide. Don't go in the closet and hide. Don't be afraid to go out to dinner. If you have to cough, and there's 40 people around the restaurant, no big deal. Cough, everybody does. You can get up and go to the bathroom if it's embarrassing. Be polite. Don't be afraid. And try every day to talk, to chew, to eat, and drink, because that's important. If you don't, you can't make it. A lot of people we've met, since we're really new at this, is people that come to our meetings and they sit there and they whisper, or they don't know how to talk out. They're bashful or maybe embarrassed because they're different. They're not different. They're unique. We are unique people. And we're not, a sore thumb out there somewhere. We're humans like everybody else, and we just need to be respected,
Great advice, Howard. I think what we'll do is we'll definitely wish you the best of luck, you and Diana, when you hit the road and live your dream. You're certainly an inspiration. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you. We'll talk to you again soon.
Well, thank you for Enrico for coming over and taking time and to visit our little humble home, whatever humble it is. But anyway, thank you very much for what you and what Atos does for me and us.
Thank you.